introduce yourself, let the people know who you are.
Okay, so my name is Tyra. I am CEO of Eye of Tyra Enterprise slash Studios, because now I have a studio, so my studio is a separate entity now. And I also have a growing beauty bar called House of Glam. And I'm a videographer, graphic designer. Yes, those are all my hats.
See, those are all my hats.
Yes.
Let's start with the first hat you introduced, was the Eye of Tyra, which is associated with the photography, videography.
Mm-hmm.
What led you to get into that?
Well, I started off in high school. I was doing like sports photography mostly, and then like little headshots of like kids around the school and stuff, and I really just liked it. I can't really explain it. It was just like an interest to me. And when I got to college, a lot of my friends were like wanting to be models or just simply just wanted a birthday shoot. So I started practicing with them, and then it turned into this thing where I'm really engulfed in media, like all of a sudden. So it happened real quick. That's that.
Did you take any classes while you were in college, or you just kind of self-taught?
So I actually was in school for pharmacy, but I don't know, it was like my third year of school. I just got a little bored. I'm like very creative, so I just think it was like too much structure for me at the time. So I just decided to pick up the camera, and really, like I say, when I started to shoot, I really wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go full time. I was just thinking it was something I could do to just even out with my schoolwork. But then I started to be in high demand, so it just made sense.
Like, what was your biggest the shoot that made you feel like, hey, it's up from here?
So I used to be, a lot of people know me from social media because I used to network with everybody. Like, I just literally would go through people's following list and just be reaching out to people. Hey, my name is Tyra, like I'm a photographer, all this and that. But I ended up networking with Ben McLemore, and just out of the blue, like, he don't follow me, we don't follow the same people for real, and he gave me the opportunity to shoot for his Stop the Violence weekend. So that was pretty early in my career too. Like, I want to say I was probably in my second year, maybe like first and a half year of photography. So from then I was like, okay, I gotta take this seriously because somebody's appreciating what I'm doing, and I'm not even all the way elevated yet, I guess you could say. So yeah, that was the one.
When it comes to editing, people expect like a quick turnaround. Like, how do you like keep people like at bay? Like, you know, people, they shoot the shot, they want it done the next day.
Yeah.
Not knowing you got clients on top of clients that have, you know, so you got to take care of them also.
Well, I say like my policy kind of speaks for itself, so I make it clear like how I like to be communicated with, the best times too, just to make it less stressful on myself and them. Because it's like, okay, I'm not going to hit her up at 7 p.m. Let me try 4 p.m. That type of thing. It makes it even a little easier. But just communication, being honest. Like, if something comes up, you got to be honest with the customer. Because we are, like, a lot of small businesses, like, and photographers, we're usually a one-person team. So just being honest, being open about it, staying in communication, that usually helps. But you still have those ones that, you know. But it, you know, it comes with it. It comes with the territory.
I was gonna ask you how you ever dealt with a client who was just too rude, too belligerent.
Yeah, a few, but it's like you can't let it take you out of character. Cause me, I'm a very relaxed, chill person for the most part. So I just try to take it for what it is, and then a lot of times, criticism comes in forms that we don't expect. So even though they're saying something unpleasant, I always try to think like, well, what can I take from it to grow? Because I'm still a business at the end of the day, and consumers feed my business, so I have to, you know, please the consumer at the end of the day.
Have you ever done a celebrity shoot?
Okay, no, I have not. This is my 7th month having my studio, but in the future, I plan on doing that with really, like, I could see it happening with like Tink before anybody else, because we've been working together more than any other celebrities. Because I just started doing concerts about maybe 5 months. So I'm still pretty fresh to the concert celebrity scene. So I know it's on the way. It's coming soon. But concerts I do all the time.
Speaking of concerts, first time I caught Eye of You was at, well, not at, I didn't see you there, but as far as the Asian Dow concert, the recent one she just had here in St. Louis. I was waiting at that show for like the whole entire time, and she never showed up, of course. But somehow you and a few other people like Shauna B and a few others seemed to come in contact with her. Like, how was you able to get into contact with her that night?
Well, so I don't even know, how did I even end up that event? I literally just, I reached out to the person who was promoting, and I was, we were talking, and then I would end up being there. We were waiting for her to come inside. She was there, but she was in the car still, and everybody knows what happened on stage. After that, her management, they were like, no, we're leaving, we're out. But I guess she had another appearance at another club, and C-Dot Visuals, we work pretty closely together. He hit me up and was like, hey, you want to shoot Asian? I'm like, do I want to shoot Asian? Like, where y'all at? So we ended up going to this club called Truth on Washington, and Shauna and Bree is a promoter. She's a promoter. I don't know, like new upcoming promoter, because I haven't party promoting been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? Since we were in middle school, so kind of I've been seeing her this year, kind of blossoming. That's dope. So yeah, she was there, and we just all linked up there. It was just very random, but she had fun. Like, she really had fun. It was crazy. Like, everything that came out the next day, because we kicked it like till like 3 a.m. literally.
It was like 3 a.m. I see everybody else. I'm like, oh, listen. I'm like, where the hell they at?
Yes, for real. Literally, it was a hole in the wall for real. So it was cool. That was a cool night.
And last night you was at the Dream Dial at the Marquee.
Yes, I'm always at the controversial stuff.
As you can see, like you said, you already know the controversy. Last night she was allegedly robbed. You just say that. Someone was killed in a process of that.
So what I say, last night was another one of those things. Like, it was a vibe. So it was for Playhouse, 1990X. They've been promoting parties since forever. It's been years. I work closely with them, so I've done Des Dior. I've shot Des Dior for them, and Dream Doll. And there's somebody else I'm missing, but yeah, last night was cool. Like, the party on the inside, it was crowded, like a nice crowd. It wasn't crowded like, oh my gosh, it's too many people, but it was a real nice crowd. Music was good, everything was good. As far as what happened in the parking lot, I know it's just a lot of, like, they were saying the guy that robbed her died, then some people saying that it wasn't him. So it's like, will we ever really know? I don't know. But one thing I can say about the city, my city that I was born in, people are so quick just to be like, oh my gosh, like, St. Louis. But stuff happened everywhere. Like, no matter where you go, you're gonna run into it. Now, you might not be connected to where you know it's happening, but it's happening everywhere. People dying everywhere, gangs everywhere. Rappers in different cities, or rappers in the same city not liking each other, that's common, unfortunately. And it's just something, like, with stuff like that, I try not to comment or say too much, because I feel like it keeps us divided rather than united, you know what I'm saying? Because that can happen anywhere, unfortunately. So, but Dream was cool. She was a vibe. I think she had a lot of fun. I just think anybody in a situation like that, they gonna get frustrated, because it's like, man, like, I'm coming out here to work, and I'm in danger, harm way.
Someone passed away, that's traumatizing.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, not only passed away, he was laying on the ground. Like, they didn't have, like, the ambulance wasn't coming quick enough and stuff. So it's just a lot of little stuff that, was not right. But that's the St. Louis nightlife, unfortunately. It's been like that since we were kids, so it is definitely unfortunate.
To the young man, and also to Dream Dial. Yes,
because that's not cool at all. I know she, hopefully she got her stuff back, because that's not cool at all, for sure.
Now, I heard you shout out C-Dot. You also, like, kind of give ups to a lot of other local photographers.
So What do you mean by that? Like,
Yeah, I see like on your social media you would share like I think it's her name India.
yeah, in the
there's
club.
another dude, I think his name Damien maybe. I don't know. I maybe said his name wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably Super Savage.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a few people. It's a lot of people I've worked with. Tikaboo, Goldie, Tay Black, Beautiful Creation. We all, I think of us as a team, whether they think of me as like their team, and I think of us as a team because if I can't do it, I'm gonna send you to one of them.
That's how it should be.
And if they can't do it, they'll usually send you to me, or it just happens like that. But yeah, India in particular, we both worked at a previous studio together, and the situation just didn't work out. So I was able to reach out to her and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I know we leaving this space. So like, you want to come and like work with me? You know what I'm saying? We can have a studio together. She's like, sure. And it went from there. Really been smooth sailing since then. So yeah, I love my photography community.
Yeah, and you also spoke about your other business. It was a House of Glam.
Yes. So that's my beauty bar portion of my studio. So my end goal is to have lash techs, hairstylists, nail techs, makeup artists, and a few other like beauty necessities like brows, different stuff. But as of right now, I'm just down to makeup artists. At first I did have makeup, nails, lashes, but two of the other, like, a lot of people have been moving out of town, college, you know, different life stuff, so they've had to transition to other things. But I'm still actively looking for more pieces to my puzzle just to give my clients convenience, because you can get a makeup artist that you don't really know of and they cancel on you the day of your shoot and now you stuck, you know. So I like to kind of accredit people that I think will be helpful to the process. So
then you also have it all in one.
Yeah.
It kind of blends in with each other with the photography. You got the makeup artist right around set. So yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, just like a one-stop shop type of thing. And then like even one of my makeup artists, she has a boutique. So even if you need like outfit help, that too. Yeah, I like to just bring it all together. So I'm really happy and blessed that I'm able to do that with the team that I have. So yeah, that's House of Glam.
I'm gonna go back to the concerts. Do you feel like that the camera going into those concerts like a unspoken VIP pass?
Sometimes it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Because you can come with I feel like it's always good to have that communication with whomever's in charge first, because it's been times where I've came to an event and they'll be like, oh, we have too many people, like too many media people here already, like it's 4 of them and I'm a 5th, you know. So luckily that event I got in, it was actually Coi Leray, but I still got in, finessed or whatever. But yeah, no. And I had communication with Coi Leray, like not with Coi Leray, but I had communication with the team, but stuff just comes up. So you just gotta kind of always be prepared for things to go either way, especially when dealing with celebrities. And
yeah, I've been, like I said, dealing with celebrities. I've been through that before because I went to a Babyface Ray concert out in Kansas City. Like with the like I said, the VIP access with the camera. I didn't just walk right in, went on stage. You know, I was doing my thing. Then once he came, his security guard said the same thing. He said, "Oh, no, it's too much media people." He pushed me back like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, and it'd be like,
that was my first time experiencing that, but hey, you learn from it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, because it's like, especially when you're getting paid to come out and do something, it's like, if I don't get this content, it's gonna reflect bad on me. So it's much bigger than just like not being able to do what I want to do. It's like,
exactly.
This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I feel like it's on the promoters too to just have that open communication with the security, to just let them like, hey, these are media people. They cool. Let them in. They cool. You know, that type of thing. So yeah, but it's definitely not a VIP pass.
How do you feel about today's world of relationships, like as far as like I guess like intimacy relationships, are where you courting each other, like the man and the woman dating and things like that?
How do I feel about the state? Social media has definitely put a lot of unrealistic expectations that our grandparents didn't have. You know what I'm saying? I say our grandparents because they didn't have social media and all of the distractions that come along with it. I feel like, you know, there's definitely room for healthy relationships, but I feel like especially during like COVID, Like, it's not even just intimate, like friendships to relationships, period. You know what I'm saying? Outside of yourself, I feel like they're very hard to maintain if you're not
Especially
being aware.
with social media.
Yeah, especially with social media. And if you're not aware that it's a problem, you know, it can really affect you. But I just feel like, especially like me, I'm only 24. So it's like, I mean, I when I was younger, I thought that I would be like settled and like married and kids. No, when I turned 21, I'm like, what was I thinking? But that's just what society had us thinking, like college, marriage, kids, work a job, pass away, you feel me, and it's over. Like, you know, so I just feel like as far as relationships, like I feel like the biggest thing is having somebody that supports you and that likes you for who you are, you know what I mean, accepts you for who you are, accepts what you come with, what you don't come with, you know. But
Accept you as who you are.
yeah, but I feel like it's definitely room for healthy relationships. I just feel like they have to be, both people have to be in the space to want to facilitate them. Because sometimes, like I say, with social media and stuff, your head be so messed up, you'll feel like there's nothing out here.
Or you see, these people got this going on, not knowing behind the scenes, they going through worse stuff than what you probably really going through.
Yeah, the grass is never greener on the other side. Yep.
What do you think about Kevin Samuels?
He is very aggressive. Like, he is a little aggressive. Like, I be feeling like I'm all for, like, because I feel like in the media, men are kind of like bashed a lot. So I'm not saying I'm for the female bashing, but like, tell us about ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Because we always saying what we want from a man, but men rarely say what they really want from a woman. So I like that part of him. But it was something he was telling this lady. He was like, that's why she alone now and all that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's pretty harsh. Like,
he too raw.
Yeah, like, you didn't even have to say all that. And yeah, he be a little wild. I can't think. It's this one man. His name is like quotes to oneself. I like his page. It's a little more like, he's kind of like Kevin Samuels, but he's not as harsh. He can get his point across without being delivery. Yeah, his delivery isn't as harsh. He can get his point across without like saying certain stuff. But yeah, I definitely keep in tune to the social media.
I'm gonna go back to what you said about like forged relationship, even like friendships, stuff like that, where like social media plays a part in everything in forged relationships, where you'll have like your friend maybe going through something, but because you didn't reach out to them, they be like, oh man, she hate me, or I ain't fucking with her no more, she didn't call me, not knowing you going through your own battles.
That's a common one. That's a common one right there. I think like what would help that, like, just combat that feeling, is just realizing that everybody go through something, but everybody show it differently. And just because someone doesn't like show it how you do, that don't mean, you know, they're not going through it. But I feel like people just have to be more compassionate and separate that. Like, me going through something doesn't have anything to do with me not reaching out to you. I could have just like not known, could have been busy. It is much more than just like me having my own stuff going on. Like, we all have, especially once you out of high school.
It's life just.
And I even say out of college, because when I was in college, a lot of my friends, we were able to see each other every day and talk every day, but it's not that anymore. We into our jobs, we got 9 to 5s. I'm an entrepreneur, so my clock don't stop. So, you know, I feel like people just have to understand where they're at and where their friends are and meet in the middle. And that's what makes like a great friendship, when you can meet in the middle and understand each other without even talking about it.
Well, closing out here, do you have any last words you would like to share?
Follow me on Instagram at Eye of Tyra. All of my info is on there, like the studio page, the beauty bar page, my makeup artist, stuff I've done. But I think that's it. Let me think of something else. Yep, I think that's it. Thanks for listening.